This is the last one of these for today. Last one. I promise. Next time you see me, I will be wearing different clothes. But, good news. Good news. My video went up. I just realized now that you couldn't see that at all. That's fine. It's okay. Video's finally up. The first one. Out of. This is the 5th one now. I've been here for hours. Okay. So episode 5 of Last of Us Season 2. That door is welded shut. I'm assuming we're in the hospital. And then it says, it's definitely the hospital. Spores! Finally, the spores! And then this is so painful for Elise, which I'm pretty sure is what her name was. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong. But so painful for Elise. Holy shit, poor Leon. Son, holy shit, ow. So, the people that she had to seal in, the welded door, the people she had to seal in, the leader of that group was her son. And his name was Leon. And then it says, holy shit, ow. Well, that sucks. Anyway, because they just really move right on from that, which is really how the world is, which sucks. No compassion. But, holy shit. The way that Ellie and Dina look at each other, my god, they're on fire. Oh, it's just, they're doing such a good job. The chemistry is off the fucking charts. Off the fucking charts. They're such great scene partners. Ow, my bones. I'm so not ready for the theater fight later. TV show people, disregard that. Your time will come. You'll know. When you know. It'll be okay. You'll know. And then, so when Ellie's in the theater part of the theater, like with the chairs and stuff, I said, this is the song from watching the giraffes in the first game. When Ellie is looking at the guitars in the theater, it's Gustavo again. It's Gustavo playing, and it's the song from the giraffes in the first game. And you're just, it's like that cutscene where you like click on the cement next to Ellie at like the top of the building, and then you talk, and then you just stand there for as long as you decide you want to, and the music is playing while you guys watch the giraffes. And then you go over the door and it goes into another cutscene. But for that moment, it's the giraffe music. I'm saying that so confidently. I hope I'm correct, but it is definitely in that sequence, that song. And then I said, OMG, this means it's almost dinosaur flashback time. It wasn't. I was sad. It wasn't. But next episode, gonna go crazy. I say that a lot. I don't know what that's from, and I know it sounds like kind of weird, but I'm so excited. And then, poor haunted, traumatized Ellie, my poor baby. Because, like, you can see it in her eyes. It's just, like, haunted. Like, it's, the ghost of Joel is just ever present. And then the big-ass something is the hotel, right? The Saravina? It wasn't. And then when they're on their way to the big something to sneak through it to, like, get across to where they need to go, this is where we see, like, the angry-ish, concerned Ellie about Dina being pregnant and out with her, you know? Which is kind of more the reaction when Dina first said she was pregnant in the game, which is after they see the pile of corpses. She's like, you shouldn't be here, we shouldn't go on, like, we should turn back. And then it's poor traumatized Dina, because her backstory is horribly sad, which we kind of learn that in the synagogue, kind of, in the actual game. And then later, we learn a little more information. But Dina is so securely on Ellie's side. They are so similar. Like, they are so in this to be in this. Like, she's like, no, revenge is the correct thing. Joel did not deserve that. Didn't deserve it. And wouldn't have deserved it even if like, my family didn't do anything to this guy, and they didn't deserve it. But even if they didn't deserve to be murdered the way Joel was. And then it says, goddamn, the looks. Holy shit. I swear, just the way they look at each other is just so magical, ethereal. Like, it's just some weird, awesome connection. Like, seeing partners doing the most. It's so good. I'm obsessed with the acting in this season. Obsessed. It's so good. It's so good. Ellie looking past Dina and thinking about what to do, whether to go back or, like, have her go back or keep going forward. And you can see the eyes shift when you kind of, like, zone out past something. Hold on, there's an eye booger, and I can feel it, and it's driving me crazy. Okay. When you're, like, looking, eye contact with somebody, and then you go, and you zone out, and then you look back. Hopefully that worked, because I was looking at my camera and then not at my camera and then back at my camera. Hopefully that did what I wanted it to. It probably didn't. It probably looked weird. But you know what I mean when you're, like, looking at somebody and then you're looking past somebody. Then you're looking back at somebody. It's so good. Ellie looking past Dina with the PTSD in her eyes is crazy. The fuck is that building? Because it is not. And it's just a warehouse. It is, in fact, just a warehouse. It says, Ellie, girl, you left your pregnant girlfriend behind, fucking sprinting. Like, that's when they're going through the gate. Like, Dina had cut the bolt off and opened the gate. And Ellie just ran right through. And Dina was, like, fiddling with her bag to get her bag back on and put the door closed. It's a lot like when Joel, in season 1, took Ellie and ran when Tess told him to. It's a lot like that, except Ellie was just fucking gone. There was no reason to leave Dina behind like that. It was really funny, though. It wasn't supposed to be, but I found it funny. And then I said, is it the office building, maybe? It was not the office building. Because I know that's a day 3 thing. Is it? No. Is it a day 2? I can't remember. I need to play the second game again. I'm not gonna have time this month to play it again, but I really want to. Haunted, the haunted but empty just like us quote, iconic. I love her. Dina, my love. Haunted but empty, just like us. And then Ellie says, you love me. And then it says, my babies. And then it's the confident, oh, I know, from Dina before Ellie even has a chance to tell her that she loves her too. I love them so much. And then it says it's gonna be stalkers. It has to be. Bloodied meat. Human meat. Ugh. The upper half of a person. It was... Yes. And then, so this Ellie has gotten bit 4 times so far in this adaptation. The mall with Riley, the first one, obviously. The museum with Tess and Joel. In the supermarket when she was like, no, I didn't. In the train station when Dina is there. That's 4 times so far, not including any to come. Which is why this next part is like, yeah, girl, you can handle it. Dina cannot. She'll die. So, like, Ellie tells her to go because I can get bit a lot and you can't. Remember, like, so Ellie's already been bit 4 times that we know of. 4 times that we know of. Thinking because my brain turned off. And then I love how Dina was like, we can't shoot. And then it's immediately shoot, bang, bang. And then Ellie seeing Dina getting mobbed is so painful. Like, Ellie is on the ground being beaten and scratched at, probably to death. If we're being realistic. Probably to death. By a mob of stalkers. And Dina is trapped in a cage and the stalkers are pretty much getting in. And you can just see it, like, I need to do something to help her, which is so much like what Joel was feeling on that floor. Like, oh my god, Ellie is being held down and is gonna die after I do, and I need to help her now, and then couldn't. It's very the same. Very the same. The parallels are crazy. It just, everything is so well done. Everything is so well done. I love it so much. So Ellie seeing Dina getting mobbed is so painful. And then it's Jesse, right? Or Tommy. What I didn't realize in the moment is that Ellie thought it was Joel. I was just more focused on them making out of there alive. Because, like, I've played the game. I know who it's supposed to be. I know it's not Joel. We watched him die. But Ellie, in her panicked state, and Joel had been helping her stay alive all this time, and, like, was her backup for years. So I'm starting to zone out. I think I need real food. I am not, in fact, in my body at the moment. Alright. Ow. Alright. So, Jesse or Tommy. It was definitely... Then it says, definitely Jesse. The hand looks too young to be Tommy's hand. And of course they left the map behind, and that's how Jesse found them. That's a mouse tool that'll help us later. And by help us, I mean not help us even remotely. In fact, is the exact opposite. Pick up your shit, ladies. Especially you, Ellie. And Jesse. Pick up your shit. And then it says, scars. The sickle blade to remove the organs. Super creepy. Super accurate. Super Mouscatool gonna help us later. And then I said, cover Dina's eyes so she doesn't puke and give away your location. And then Dina hit herself in Ellie's shoulder pre-puking. My babies, no. This hurts so bad. But, like, that was really sweet. But also, ow. And then it says, it wasn't Ellie who got shot with the arrow in this version. It was Dina. And Ellie was so concerned for Dina's safety, but she also wants to avenge Joel so bad. She's like, I understand that you're pregnant, and the right answer is to tell you to go back, but we are both on this path for vengeance together, side by side, which is so great. So great. Supportive couples. Oh, God. Ellie wants to avenge Joel so bad. And it says, Ellie, don't go to the hospital. I know you're going anyway. Because she, like, instead of going, like, she tells Jesse to get Dina out of the woods. And then and she's like, I'll meet up with you. It'll be fine. And then does not, in fact, meet up with them and goes to the hospital. Bad Ellie. Good Ellie, but bad Ellie. And then it says, not the dogs. I am gonna sob when the dogs... I'm gonna sob. It was a critter. No. It was an Ellie-sized critter, and Ellie is a person. Nora, you're about... And then it says, Nora says, like, all set or something. And then I said, Nora, you're about to be not all set. And I was like, I'm ready for Ellie just to do her Ellie thing in that scene, because that scene is beautiful. And then it says, put that shit down. And I said, love this conversation. And I said, no, don't shoot her when they're running. And she's like, shoot her. And then I'm like, no, don't shoot her. And there's no other choice but to go into the infected basement. Like, Nora is, like, scrambling for, like, a way out. In the game, I feel like you could have gone literally any other direction. And been okay. In the show, all the other doors are locked and the elevator falls to the basement. Like, she doesn't do it on purpose, you know? Which, I mean, technically she doesn't really do it on purpose in the game either. She was probably gonna go run back by Ellie and, like, trap her over there. But this makes more sense because I've seen people complain about that before. This makes sense. No other choice but to get in the elevator shaft. And then the elevator shaft just collapses. And then when Nora looks up and sees B2, aka oh fuck, on the wall. It's good. Spores in action this time. And then I said, that's a ridiculous amount of shrooms. I love how they included the living one stuck into the wall like in the game. Because in the game, there are stalkers stuck to the wall. They're like, some of them are like, oh, I have a word for it. Some of them are like, it's not solidified. And it's not encrusted. What's the word? Some of them are like, it's like I want to say it's like a chemical process type situation, but it's not, but it might be, but I can't remember even a little bit at the moment, actually. It's like when they harden. Crystallize? No. There's a word. No, it makes me sound so smart when I use the word, and I can't. It's like when things harden. It's not encrusted. This is gonna bother me. We're taking a brief pause to look up synonyms for hardened. I have to know now. Not solidified. It's not crystallized. What the fuck is the word? It's like you know the stone babies? That sounds bad. Sometimes if you're pregnant and don't know it, calcify. Oh, I got there in the end. I got there in the end. That was horrible. That took way too long. I don't know how many minutes that took, but that's it. Sometimes I just need to buffer. Okay, so I'm surprised I remember the point I started before going on that little tangent. Okay, in the game, there are stalkers stuck in the wall, like in the shroom. The shrooms growing out of the wall have infected stuck in them. And some of them are calcified and dead. Other times, they are not calcified and not dead, and if you walk by them, they're going to jump out and get you. If you play the game, be prepared for that. Some of them look calcified, and some of them look a little wetter. It's the wet ones you have to shoot with the silencer on the gun to get through. Okay? Just so you're aware. That is, in fact, the thing. Okay? So I love how they included the living one stuck to the wall in the game. I mean, in the show. Because it's very game-like. And also Ellie's morbid curiosity. I love Ellie's morbid curiosity in the show. In season 1, in the gas station basement situation, when Joel is looking for the stuff that he stashed and can't find it because he hasn't been there in a while, and Ellie goes in the basement and like cuts open the infected's face and then stabs it. Morbid curiosity. In this season, in this episode, she's like getting close and is like, spores? What the fuck's happening here? I like that that's a continuity from the first season to the second season. I love that. That's so good. So good. And then I said, poor Leon, you've become a wall-mounted infected. It's very sad. And then I love the red lighting in the hospital basement. It really adds to the vibes, you know? Like, that scene wouldn't have been the same without that spooky red lighting. And then when Nora says, you've killed us both, and then Ellie goes, did I? Whew! The delivery. Whew. It's so well done. I have chills. I can't tell that's just because I got cold or if that scene was that good. Magnificent. Love that part so much. And then Nora gives Ellie more information on screen than she does in the game. But I think that's because some people don't really get the nuance, or maybe they're going to change something in the next episode, you know? It's just the way it is, you know? Oh, God. But in the game, Ellie really has to beat a lot of the information out of her. And here she kind of gives up some and then still has to get it beaten out of her. When Nora's like, you know, he killed her dad, right? And then Ellie's like, I know. I do. And is still on Joel's side. That is good. Because neither side was wrong. It is an ever-spinning cycle, though. Because Joel killed Abby's dad. Abby killed Joel, who is Ellie's dad, for the most part. In all the ways that matter, Joel is Ellie's dad. So Joel killed Jerry. Abby killed Joel. Ellie is set to kill Abby. It's just a vicious cycle. It's just gonna keep going. Like, it's the correct order of operations, and neither side is wrong. It's just the cycle of violence is just a circle. And, like, both sides are wrong, because, like, murder's not good, and, like, revenge isn't good, but it's justified both ways. And then I said, yay, pipe action, because that's really very Joel-coded. There we go. And then Ellie being completely unhinged and thinking of herself as a monster for like half a millisecond after that first initial pipe hit. And then just going full in on the rest of them. She's like, you can see it. Unless I'm just projecting. But in my mind, you can see it. Where she's like, I really shouldn't be doing this. And then she's like, but she said Joel deserved it, so. Correct. And then I said flashback time. And then he says, "Hey kiddo, my heart." And then I was like, and then she smiles at him from her bed and she's like, that's when she was still living in the house. And then I said, that's it. No dinosaurs, end of episode. Distraught. Not really distraught. Upset though. And then I said, I'm thinking next season is probably going to be a full Abby season. Because obviously Seattle Day 1, 2, and 3 is in the game. You do Seattle Day 1, 2, and 3 as Ellie. And then you also do Seattle 1, 2, and 3 as Abby. I'm thinking it's going to be a type of that situation, kind of, maybe, possibly. Because we don't have enough time to do the Abby section. The rest, we only have 2 episodes left. And the next one's the dinosaur flashback. So I'm thinking next season is going to be the full Abby season, but I think they probably filmed both seasons at the same time, and that it's going to be like a side-by-side type situation. You know? Because, like, it'll go through probably the same layout that this season does. So, like, it starts Abby's perspective of killing Joel instead of Ellie and Dina's perception of killing Joel. So we'll start there. And then it'll go on to, like, they're going out on a mission. She's going to go find Owen. And then it's going to be Seattle Day 1, 2, and 3 as Abby as different episodes. And then it's going to be the aquarium flashback. And then you know what happens the rest. The game players at least know what happens the rest. But I think that's probably what's going to be. If I had to guess. Could be wrong, but if I had to guess, that's probably what it's going to be. I think it's going to line up nice. And then Dinosaur's the next one. And I said, oh, I didn't even realize that Ellie thought Jesse was Joel in that scene. Oh, fucking ow, that hurt worse. And then Dina getting shot with the arrow is probably why she can't continue on the mission with Ellie later. Because Dina is Ellie's ride or die. She would most certainly go with Ellie, even pregnant, because we already had that discussion about her being pregnant and going anyway, if she could walk right. If she can't walk right, she's just going to be the burden, like in the game. I think that's what keeps her from proceeding on the mission with Ellie. I think that's what does it. So, and then I'm watching the making of The Last of Us, like the little episodes after the fact. And before the guy said it, I was like, oh, yeah, duh, Elise did what Joel didn't. Joel killed everybody to save Ellie, his daughter. Elise killed her son to save everybody else. Opposites. So Elise did what Joel didn't. Ellie pulled a Joel by beating Nora with that pipe. Very Joel-coded. And God, I love Last of Us. Holy shit. Is my last note for episode 5. Now we're all caught up. Posting-wise, we were not all caught up. But filming-wise, all caught up, which is great. Because I've been sat here for a while. A sizable amount of time. So, I don't even know. I'm so excited. Next episode is the dinosaur flashback episode. And for you not game players, you don't know the significance. But I saw some things in that teaser trailer I'm so excited for. So excited. But yes, I think next season is probably going to be an Abby season. Because they already announced season 3. Which leads me to believe that they filmed season 2 and 3 at the same time. Which leads me to believe, since we had such little Abby action this season, that next season is going to be predominantly Abby season. Which is going to probably make people mad. If I had to guess. Because Abby got so much hate. Like, her voice actors got so much hate for the game. But I think next season is probably going to be an Abby season. Like, doing her half of the game. Which is definitely shorter than the Ellie. A scam call? Lovely. We're just going to ignore that. And let it vibrate in my hand so it doesn't vibrate the microphone. Anyway. What was I even saying? It's going to be an Abby season, I think. And then I can't focus with the phone vibrating in my hand. Hold on. Okay. I think that even though the Abby section is shorter, they're probably going to, like, characterize it more. And I'm really hoping that the actress for Abby doesn't get as much hate as the voice actress for Abby did, because that was horrible. It is just a character. It is just a character. It is not that deep. The actors do not deserve death threats. Which is a wild thing to have to say. But, like, people are fucking crazy. So, I'm hoping everything's good. And I'm hoping that we don't have to wait so long between season 2 and season 3. Because I think if they filmed it at the same time and already announced season 3 before season 2 is even done airing, I think that it'll probably be end of this year, maybe. Hopefully. That would be really cool if it was end of this year. If not, very beginning of next year. I hope. I'm hoping like November would be nice. Because that gives them enough time to like work on it. That's assuming if they filmed them both at the same time. If they didn't, which is totally possible that they didn't film them both at the same time. I just think it would make more sense if they filmed them both at the same time because the ages would be the same. Um, so I think that's what happened. Unsure, but I think, hopefully, probably, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a nobody on the internet with no say at all at Naughty Dog or at HBO for anything having to do with The Last of Us, obviously. Um, but yes, that is my episode 5 notes and thoughts and observations, initial thoughts. Because I'm sure I'll watch it back later and I'll take like more detailed notes. Maybe. I don't know. But man, it's just so good. It's so good. And Ellie and Dina are just they're so good. So good. I'm obsessed. Okay. I'm so glad to be done doing this for today. I have other things I do in fact need to get done. Like eating food. Because the applesauce and the 2 pieces of bread that I had are not enough. So I'm gonna hang up now, and I will talk to you when next episode comes out.